I'm about to turn your understanding of SEO for podcasts upside down, literally. If you finally want to solve your podcast's discoverability problem, here's a better way to approach the solution. And yes, you can do it. Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. Everything you think you know about podcasting and SEO is backwards. But hey, you're not alone. Everybody gets this stuff backwards. Even non-podcasters get this backwards. Giant corporations with big, complicated international websites get this backwards. So I want to help you change the way you understand SEO and podcasting. And it's a simple change in perspective. And I promise you that if you can implement this change, which isn't terribly complicated, I promise it's not. It's the concept that I need you to understand more than the tactics. But once you understand this concept, it's not a secret, you will have a much better approach to SEO and your podcast. So before I get to that answer, just a quick why I'm qualified to give this answer. So parallel to my almost 16 years in podcasting, and a little before that, I've been in charge of running advertising agencies, specifically the media departments of these agencies, which specifically had a big job to do in SEO. We were an SEO shop. I did have SEO experts on my team, people who understood how the algorithms worked. And we did some really good work for big multinational companies, helping them with their SEO strategy. So this is not just, hey, I read a blog post and this sounds interesting. No, this is the stuff that's deep inside of my head and my brain that I've been working with and implementing for almost 20 some odd years. So it's coming from a position of authority. You know, you trust me for podcasting, trust me that I also know a whole lot about this thing we call SEO. And we get it backwards almost all the time. Here's what I mean by backwards. Typically, the way most people, podcasters included, approach SEO is they look at their post, their article, their website, and they say, I would like to now add some SEO to this. Like it's salt or some other seasoning that can just perfect the flavor. Well, as you've probably seen, that doesn't tend to work very well. Because search engines have gotten a lot more sophisticated and complicated, but more importantly, they are catering to what the user wants. And the user, the person making the searches, wants the same thing they've always wanted. And they want the answer. They want the most relevant results to what they're looking for. And today's search engines are a whole lot better at getting that information. So if you're spending time making really in-depth show notes, great. That's important. If you are spending your time making sure that your titles are relevant, great. That's important. If you've done all the work to make sure that your content is all on one domain so that it's easy to see how things thread back and forth, and I know that's complicated, you may not get it. I'm doing that right now, as a matter of fact. Great. But there's one thing that you're doing probably incorrectly, and that is thinking about SEO at the end. And I need you to move it to the front. Because as a podcaster, you have a secret weapon, and that's the fact that you keep producing episodes. Assuming you're doing an episodic show, assuming you're doing a weekly or multiple times a week or even monthly release schedule, you're constantly producing new content that you want people to listen to. So that's your secret weapon to fighting the problem with SEO, is the fact that you're already generating new content. Great. But here's what you need to do about it. Before you sit down behind the microphone, before you select the guest, if in fact you have a guest you want to talk to, before you write your script, before you do anything, the first thing you have to do is figure out what people are searching for. And make sure that that's the content you're making. By the way, people aren't searching for podcasts for entrepreneurs or interviews of entrepreneurs. That's a bad search term. People aren't searching for that. What are people searching for that matter to your content? That matter to the kind of show you're producing? Like take me, for example. There's probably a lot of people out there right now searching for information on the coronavirus. People are freaking out. There are cruise ships that people are trapped on. What is this virus? What does it have to do with beer? Nothing. None of that's going to be relevant to me. So I'm not going to make a show, an episode that's about the coronavirus. But you might. Maybe you've got a political show. There are political ramifications. Maybe you have a travel show. Well, there are some travel ramifications. There's lots of ways you can incorporate things that are new and in the news into your content because people are likely searching for that content. Now, there are lots of tools that you can use to find out what people are searching for. There's UberSuggest, there's SEMRush. There are a lot of tools out there. I'm not going to endorse any of them because I don't care which one you use. What I want you to do is rethink your position. Start from the beginning with search engine optimization. That's the only way to get it to work right. What do people want to search for? Make an episode about that thing, that topic. Keywords, if that's what you want to call them. Make that the primary function of that particular episode, to answer that question, to give people what they want, to give people what they are searching for. Do it first, not afterwards. Do it first. And then do all the smart things. Once you've got the content, once you know what you're talking about, the topic, the angle, who you're talking to, all of those things, get your episode done. Fine. Do all of that work. Make sure, again, you understand that topic you're talking about, that question you're trying to answer, that idea you're really honing in on. Make it all about that. Do all of that work that you normally would for your podcast episode. And then when you would write your titles and your very in-depth show notes that go into the app, as well as the, use the right word here, episode notes that go on the webpage, the article, do all of that again. But now, because you started with SEO, because you started with search intent, it makes writing those things a whole lot easier. You're not trying to shoehorn stuff in. You already know that was the topic. Write a good title. Write an amazing article about it. Go find some photos that work. Whatever. Make a good piece of content that our friends at Google, who are now doing an even better job than before of indexing your content, will be able to know you've created content people want to actually hear on a topic they want to hear about right now. That's the secret. That's why I say it's upside down. Start with search engine optimization, not afterwards. Don't worry about the 275 episodes you've already produced where you didn't do that. Ignore them. Start fresh. Next episode. If you already got one in the can, fine. The next episode you're planning right now, stop what you're doing and figure out what people are actually searching for, that you can create content to answer that need. That's how you get to the first page of Google, if you will. Not from doing minor tweaks. It's not from revamping your titles. Those are all important things, but it's got to start from the beginning. Make sure you understand what piece of content you're making for that episode. Super important. Also super important is that you go to ratethispodcast.com/podpont and leave a rating or review for this show on whatever app you need. Don't worry about that. Kind of like SEO. Start by going to ratethispodcast.com/podpont. It will put you down the right path. If you found this information valuable, buy me a coffee. buymeacoffee.com/evoterra is how you can do that. And if you need help figuring out the business strategies for your podcast, it's what my company does. We're at Simpler Media Productions at simplermedia.pro. You can also email me, evo@podcastlaunch.pro. I'll be back tomorrow with yet another Podcast Pontifications. Cheers!